Another big spectacle in the arcades was the competitive fury of fighting games. 1991 Street Fighter II tantalized gamers by letting them hurricane kick, tiger knee, and dragon punch their smack-talking buddies into submission. To this day, it ranks only behind Pac-Man and Space Invaders in the amount of revenue it's generated. And whenever there is that kind of money, there are sure to be copycats. For all of the clones that tried their hand at this market, the one that drew the most blood was Mortal Kombat. You don't just knock out your opponents, you knock off their heads and rip out their spinal cords. The gore absolutely awed children, but shocked their parents.
I love to rip someone's head off with their spine, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Of course, as soon as the press got wind of it, there was all sorts of negativity about it.
The controversy created a perfect political storm in 1993.
This is a handgun, pure and simple. And putting it in the hands of a kid just gives them the wrong idea.
The congressional hearings on violence in video games received wide coverage in the mainstream media.
There is a serious problem here, a real serious problem. I hope you walk away with one thought today, that if you don't do something about it, we will.
The hearings eventually led to the creation of the industry's standard rating board, set up to regulate content, rating it to an appropriate age range. But in the same year as the congressional hearings, the PC game Doom exploded on the scene, adding more fuel to the fire. The violence was immersive and personal, and the experience was transferred to the first-person perspective. Gamers got their first glimpse of a truly virtual reality. But even though you played an assassin, Doom was actually a social game.
People were starting to basically bring their computers over to other people's houses on the weekends, and they called that the LAN party. So lots of LAN cards in cable were being sold like crazy. They were selling so much of this stuff because now network gaming was really here. LAN parties got to be really big. Everybody was creating their machines. The lobby would come up and you'd see everyone in the lobby and you would instigate a game with them, and basically you got connected to them over the modem with someone that you just met through this server.
That was kind of our first glimpse as to what the power of social networking was going to eventually become later in the industry.
So many developers cloned Doom's formula that an entire genre of first-person shooters appeared. Franchises like Call of Duty and Halo still dominate today, grossing billions of dollars. The look and the sound continued to improve with each generation, but the basic game remained the same. A killing simulator. These two games became the shorthand for everything that was wrong with video games.
Doom and Mortal Kombat got so much negative feedback in the press, and when Myst came out, it sold more copies of any game than pretty much anything else the time had.